really one of the loveliest introductions I've ever received. That always makes me think of one of the worst introductions I've ever received. And this was at a wonderful library in a very, very small town in northern Wisconsin. I live in the big city of Wisconsin, Madison, so I was up in the North Woods, and a very nervous librarian introduced me by saying, "Here in Wisconsin, we're very fortunate to have so many talented and award-winning authors. Today, however, we welcome Jennifer Chiaverini." I was laughing so hard, and I don't think she knew why. So thank you, Marie. That was really, truly very lovely. And it's also so wonderful to be here with you, enjoying this Quilters Take Manhattan. I posted the news on my Facebook page, and one of my high school friends said, "Quilters Take Manhattan, is that like the Muppets Take Manhattan?" And I said, "Yes, it's exactly like that." And I was so looking forward to meeting Mark Lipinski, and I know that we're all keeping him in our thoughts and prayers, and just hoping the absolute best for him. And I have to say, his statement was such a pleasure to hear, and I really admire his fantastic attitude, and I know we all wish him well. But of course, I'm also here to plug my stuff. So yes, as Marie told you, I'm the author of the Elm Creek Quilts novels. Have any of you read any of these novels? Okay, well, a few of you have. And I also want to introduce a wonderful, wonderful person who's with me, without whom these Elm Creek Quilts novels would not exist. My very dear friend and editor extraordinaire is here, Denise Roy. She's really, if you're not a writer or if you're not involved in that process, you think that the editor just goes through to make sure you put the commas in the right place, but really it's so much more than that. It's just a fantastic collaboration with Denise on coming up with new story ideas and where we want characters to go. And so it's wonderful to be here with you, and it's also wonderful to see Denise again. But Marie told you a little bit about how I got started and writing. I wanted to fill in some of those details too. I really have always wanted to be a writer, and I've always been drawn to the novel form, perhaps because I'm a little long-winded. Poetry and short stories, not enough space for the likes of me. And I always wanted to write. I wanted to write ever since I learned how to read. I wanted to share stories with other people the way that my favorite authors shared their stories with me. So I was an English major at Notre Dame, and I found out after graduating that no one will hire you to be a novelist. You have to actually do something and write a novel, and then they'll consider publishing it. So by default, I went on to graduate school, which, as it turns out, is not the best reason for going to grad school. I'm sure I was not alone in choosing that path. But after that, I went to Penn State, and I was teaching at Penn State and wanting to write that first novel, but I didn't really know what I wanted to write about. Well, I knew that I wanted to write about two particular themes. I wanted to write about valuing the work of our hands, whether it's paid work outside the home, or raising a family and taking care of a household, volunteer work, all those different tasks that we take on, about really valuing what we do and doing what we value. And I also wanted to write about friendship, especially about women's friendship and how women use friendship to sustain themselves and to nurture one another. But I struggled in those early years to try to figure out how to bring those two themes together in an interesting, fun, engaging way. So I had a lot of false starts. I was teaching writing at Penn State and trying to be a writer in the other part of my time. And so I did have a very welcome distraction. My wedding was coming up. And like many brides, I wanted to have a beautiful heirloom wedding quilt to commemorate the occasion. But I could not afford to buy a beautiful heirloom wedding quilt. And even then, I knew that I wanted the real thing. And I didn't have any quilters in my family, so I couldn't beg a quilt from a grandmother or an aunt or anyone like that. So I realized that if I wanted to have this beautiful heirloom wedding quilt, I was going to have to learn how to make it myself. So I bought the Leisure Arts booklet, Teach Yourself How to Quilt. If you didn't have any quilt shops in State College, Pennsylvania at the time, so I had to go to a big box chain store, and I bought the fabric, which I now know is perhaps not the best quality of fabric. And I, got all the supplies, and I followed the step-by-step instructions, and I taught myself how to quilt. And although it wasn't the beautiful heirloom wedding quilt that I pictured, it was a simple 9-block sampler. It was a fantastic project because I learned all of the basic steps that I needed to know, from doing a running stitch to setting in pieces, applique, and then assembling the quilt and putting on binding. So it wasn't that gorgeous wedding quilt I had envisioned, not knowing what it would take to make that beautiful heirloom wedding quilt, but it launched me into this wonderful world, and it introduced me to this wonderful community of involved, intelligent, artistic, creative people that I didn't even know was out there. So the more I became involved in quilting, the more I saw how it drew those two themes I had been wrestling with together better than any other potential topic. Because I think that those of you who are quilters, and probably a lot of you are, you've learned about the strength and unity and the compassion and the generosity of the quilting community. I've tried a lot of other different handicrafts, a lot of different arts and forms like that, but I stuck with quilting not only because of the beauty of the art form, but because of the wonderful community. Quilters are so generous with their knowledge. They don't hoard their techniques and secrets to themselves. If they see you struggling, they'll offer advice. If you have a question, you can go and get wisdom from someone who's been where you are now. And I just found that so amazing. I don't know if that goes on in the sculpting community or in the painting community, but it happens in the quilting community, and that was just something I absolutely fell in love with. And I also discovered as a quilter myself, and from befriending other quilters, that you really learn to appreciate the work of your hands. Even if that quilt you make is destined to be a UFO that's only important as a learning experience and you're never going to let anyone see it, you learn to value your work, your time, your creative energy, and you learn to appreciate other people's activities in those areas as well. So people are always telling beginning writers, and I was 26 when I wrote my first novel, and now I am not. So everyone, in your that age and just starting out, everyone says, write what you know. So I decided to write about quilters. Because I've always said that my books aren't about quilts. They're not even about quilting. They're about quilters. The characters are, I think, the heart and soul of my stories, and that's how I felt from the very beginning. So I wrote my first novel, The Quilter's Apprentice, to celebrate my love for the quilting community and my newfound passion for the art of quilting. Although I should backtrack a little bit, because when I first started out, it wasn't called The Quilter's Apprentice. When I first started out, I called it a quilter's account. Because, an account can be a story, and my main character, Sarah, was an accountant, and now you see why publishers don't let authors choose their own titles. Yeah, they weren't too crazy about that one, so they wanted me to try to come up with something else. So I thought, there's so many wonderful evocative quilt blog names out there. Maybe I could find a lovely quilt blog name that would work well as a title, and I could use that for the book. So they agreed that that would be a good way for me to proceed. So I went to the indexes of all of my favorite quilt pattern collections, and I went through and I felt that my eyes fell upon chimneys and cornerstones. I thought, that's a fantastic book title. It's evocative, the block is really cute, and it calls to mind, I thought, the setting of Elm Creek Manor, because it's such an important part to the series that readers have told me sometimes they consider Elm Creek Manor another character in the book. And I really like the idea of everything from the cornerstones to the chimney being essential to the heart of these stories. And my publisher at the time liked that idea too. So the book was called Chimneys and Cornerstones for about a week. And then it was passed on to other departments, and some confusion started to set in. People who were perhaps not as familiar with the art of quilting as we are didn't understand it. They said, well, what is this? Is this about masonry? Are they building something? And I said, quilters will understand. They'll recognize this this name? My people will understand. But they didn't want to take that risk. So they asked me to try to come up with something new. And actually, they came up with a title that I wasn't crazy about, Sarah's Quilt. And I was just being a real rat, and I didn't like that title because it wasn't mine. So I said, well, can I have some more time to think of something else? It's my first book. I really want it to be just perfect. And they said, sure, just get back to us on Monday morning. This was Friday at about 4:30 in Wisconsin time. So I had not done such a great job of coming up with a title on my own. So I decided to go to my family for help. And the only criteria I had was it had to have the word quilt or quilting or patchwork in the title, and it had to be short enough to fit on a book cover. So I went to my husband, Marty, who is ordinarily a very helpful person, and and he said, I don't know, why don't you call the book Quiltzilla? He's a big fan of the entire Quilt or Godzilla work of film, which he has introduced to our children. And